down the highway, chasing long threads with the wind in our hair. We're ready for the hills, from the Great Barrier Reef to the Sydney Opera House. Every road we take, we're rocking in and out.
Howdy do, campers, welcome back for another episode of Free and Budget Campsites Queensland. Oh, there it is. Righto, just before we get right into the show, just a quick reminder to turn your notifications on, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And it's for free for all new viewers that don't know about subscribing. It's free, just so you don't lose my channel. Righto, we're around 70 kilometres southwest of Rockhampton at a place called Dululu Campground. What a name. Look, it's a great little campsite. It's got power, it's got showers, it's got barbecues, no drinking water out here. It's got a dump site, which I'll show you throughout the show, and it's a budget one. $10 for power and water. Well, no water, but $10 for shower and everything else. So it's not too bad. So look, I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's get in here and have a look at this campsite. What do you reckon? Just a bit of a heads up, there is signs all around the park that says this is only a 48-hour maximum stay. Look, I am guessing that they're not going to police it at all, so you might be able to squeeze an extra couple of days out of it. Make sure you put $10 a night every time you're here in the donation box. You can't miss it. Here it is here. It's red. It sticks out like a sore thumb, so slip it in there and you're laughing. Now, they say no generators are allowed out here. Why would you want a generator? You've got power for $10 and showers, which I'll show you a bit later on throughout the show. Now, with fires out here, look, I'm only guessing again, it doesn't say you're not allowed to have fires, but even still, if you're going to have a fire, please lift it off the ground or make a little bit of a fire pit for it. There is heaps of wood around here. You just got to make sure you've got a chainsaw, cut it up, Bob's your uncle, and you're laughing. But there is a fair bit of wood just floating around here in the park at the moment. Now, if there is no wood around the place, go for a bit of a walk and you might find something. Be very careful of snakes while you're up this area. It is snake territory around here, so just be careful. Just a quick one, just letting you know there is bins all throughout this park, so no excuse to chuck your stuff on the ground. Remember to take it all with you, or if not, leave it behind in these things. They do get emptied once a week, so look, when we come to places like this, what do? We leave no trace.
Sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Phone reception out here in Bumshitsville. Guess what? You get a little bit of phone reception. You get 3Gs and 4 bars while you're here. You don't even get close to 4G. Now, I did do a speed test while I was here, and it didn't even register on it. So that is a pain in the bottom. So it is what it is. You've got to wait till you get outside of this area, unless you've got Starlink, and then you can stream whatever you want, anywhere you want in Australia, but it's going to cost you. But even still, Starlink is a good investment. Hey, here he is here. Poochie, if you ever see this guy, oh, there he goes. If you ever see him at all, this place is dog friendly. So you can bring your pooches out here. It does say to have it on a leash, but I'm looking around here and I'm thinking, yeah, don't worry about it, let him go. Look, there is a couple of electric fences over there, so if he does touch it, he's going to go, ooh, and it's not going to be good for the puppy dog, but even still, it is a dog friendly area, so bring your dogs with you. It's come to the crappy part of the show again. Yes, the dump site of Dululu. Wow, how cool is that, right? Now look, the dump site's not too bad. It's mainly only for cassettes. I might be able to get my van in there. It is set back from the road a little bit. Got a hose here, of course. Remember, non-potable water, so don't drink the water or fill your vans up while you're here. Now, it's got a range of bins here that you can actually chuck your stuff. It's got toilets here, so if you need to chuck a dump from the arse end, you can do that as well. It's on gravel, so you're not going to get soggy feet, and there's plenty of turnaround areas in this area itself. How cool is that? Good on you. It's BBQ time. They even have barbecues here. There's only one, it's undercover, and it is lit up at night time. So if you need to cook at night time, Bob's your uncle, you can cook. Now, I'm looking at the barbecue here and it's in pristine condition. So make sure when you use it, clean it after. Now, if you don't want to clean it and everything else, there is this thing you can actually buy. Here it is here. It's called a silicone mat. You can actually cook on that. Does the same thing. Take it off, wash it yourself, reuse it, and it doesn't dirty the barbecues. Rightio, the power. Here it is here. It's got a bit of a sign on there. Ask you to appreciate to chuck in $10 at the donation box, which I've showed you already. It is a little red box. You can't miss it. It's in the middle of the park, which I'm pretty impressed with this park. They've even mowed it. I looked around here and the grass has been cut only not long ago. I thought, good on you for looking after it. But here it is here. You lift them up. They are 15 amp plug fittings, so you don't need an adapter. Now the fuse in there are 15 amps each, so your van will not trip this at all. And at the bottom of the actual thing itself, they've got the holes that you can actually put your power through it so the box can be shut. Well, it says here, night in the pink box. I don't know what box they're talking about. The second power box. Look, there's only actually 2 power boxes within this area, and they're all one's close to the actual showers and toilets, and the other one is on the other side of my bus. Look, you probably have to run an extension lead if you're going to park fair way away, but if you need the power and you haven't got a very long extension lead, I'd advise you to park near one of these things. Now, they do have a book library. I don't know about a book library, but there's a couple of magazines and stuff like that. It's not very big, so look, I still call it a book library, but well, it is what it is. Rightio, let's get on our bikes and get up to Mount Morgan and have a look at the old railway depot that used to house the gold up at Mount Morgan. They used to bring it down and used to be a gold mine in town. Now it's only 25 kilometres from this area going north back to Rocky, so you can't really miss it. Do yourself a favour, go up there, do some shopping. There's an IGA up there, a few other shops, Mitre 10, well, believe it or not, Mitre 10. But service stations, stuff like that. Around in this town itself, there's a pub, and that's about it. And I don't even know if it's open. I'm going to go there today and have a look and tell you, leave the comments down below if it's open. Let's get up there and have a look at this railway place for you railway buffs out there. Hi, Hardy's, we're at Mount Morgan. Look, I know, trying to be a pirate, you know, it's like, it doesn't happen sometimes. But talking about Morgan's, I've got a link up there where Dan Morgan's Lookout. He's probably got nothing to do with this area, but you never know. Have a look at that link down there, and there's a pretty good campsite out at Walla Walla. But anyway, back to the museum at Mount Morgan. What a place for you train buffs if you want to pop out here and have a look at it. Look, there is opening hours between 9 and 4, and they say they're open 7 days a week, which is a bonus. And it's also the information centre. Now, if you go in there, there's a beautiful lady in there who will point you in the right direction. There's plenty to see around Mount Morgan. This used to be an old gold mining area. Look, if you want to do some fossicking around this area, the best thing to do is get a fossicking license, which you have to get when you go and do a bit of fossicking for gold. Now, there is a few places in town. All the details are on screen right now, just over here. Look, have a look at it, give them a ring, find out what the fossicking license is like. It's not that dear. As far as the last time I had a look at it, it was around $72 for a year for a family of 4. So, look, if you only want it for 6 months, they might even do you a deal. Anyway, the Railway Museum, it's only around $5.50 for adults to get in. There's plenty of parking here. They've got a Drive Revive free coffee if you pop in here and have a look. There's plenty to see in there, and there's a bit of food, a few drinks, stuff like that. All right, let's get in there and have a look. What do you reckon? Right, when you get into the actual visitor centre yourself, they've got some ice cream, some chips and some drinks. Mate, they've got a lot of stuff for you to look around here. They've got so much information that'll come out of your wazoo. Now, they've got the little souvenirs and everything else you can buy. You can buy cups and postcards and key rings and the old spoons and stuff like that. So when you're in here, have a look around, buy a little trinket. It reminds you of the Mount Morgan train station. There's even a lot of information about the actual gold mine itself. What a spin out. It started back in 1865 and it went for quite a while, and it was pulling out gold even to this date. They're about to open it up back again. So there is gold in them damn hills. There's a few things to have a look at. When you come here, have a look in the cage, man. Seriously, I'm looking in there and I went, wow. I used to use some of that stuff when I was on the railway. That's how old I am. And there's lots to see. There is actually a 3D movie that you must have a look at. Tells you all information about the rack and pinion type train that went up this hill. Couldn't normally go up with a conventional train because it just doesn't have the grip. There's only a couple. There was only actually 2 in Queensland, and there's 1 in actually Christchurch at the moment, still operating today. This one's not operating anymore. They've got other conventional ways of getting up there, like big vehicles. But believe it or not, this mine pulled Queensland out of the shit a few times. There's so much gold in those hills. So it's just not very far away from the actual campsite I'm staying at the moment. So do yourself a favour, come up here, have a look around, do some shopping, and you won't regret it. What a great little place to visit. Oh, excuse me, mate, you got a ticket there, please? Mate, he's asleep. Oh, it's the toilet time. Wow, how cool are these things? Hot showers, haha, and they're made for wheelchair access. They've even got a wheelchair access toilet in there, a wheelchair access shower. But what a great little thing. They've got hand sanitizer, they've got paper towel, they're clean. Look, they're not A1, but out of a 5, they get a 4 straight away. I'm impressed, and they've even got hand sanitizer or hand wash in one of them. They do ask you to clean it up after you finish. There is a whole lot of mops and brooms out here, so if you do make a mess, there's only 1 volunteer cleaner for it, so it keeps him, well, helps him out anyway. But what a great shower. I'm going to have one tonight, and they're included in the price of $10. How cool is that? You go to a caravan spot, they charge you an extra $5 to do that. Here are some of the campsites that you can actually camp on. There's a couple of slabs actually around here you can actually park on or park next to. And of course, they're going to be level as a die. Now, where I've parked at the moment is pretty level. Look, I reversed my van. I thought it was pretty even, got my leveling device out, had a look, and Bob's your uncle, it was beautiful. So I didn't even have to bring out my leveling blocks at all. So just drive around until you get a sweet spot. There is plenty of shaded areas around here. You can actually park under trees and stuff like that. Now, most of the trees that are behind me here, you're a little bit away from the actual power boxes itself. But otherwise, choose your spot. Bob's your uncle, you're laughing. Just a bit of a heads up, there is water here, but it's non-drinkable water, so you probably, doesn't look too good. Very high in calcium, just letting you know that, or the water up here, even in the showers are white. Everywhere else has just got that white tinge with calcium, so whatever your glampers decide, be very careful about using that water itself. But there is water here if you need to wash, I know, some dishes and stuff like that, so good on it. Okay, I hope you like the campsite at Dululu. I reckon it's a pretty good campsite. It's not a huge campsite. There's only a few, you can fit quite a few vans in here, but around the power areas, yeah, you have to be pretty squished up and you have to run the extension lead, but for $10, who cares? What a site. And you got showers, toilets, the lot here, and a dump site. What more do you want? If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, turn your notifications on, and hit that subscribe button, which is free for all you guys out there that don't know about it, so you don't lose my channel. No worries, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the road.